So, do you want a Merry Stressmas or a Merry Christmas? Between the festive workloads and all the expectations and last minute deadlines and organising the family and organising your friends and all the stuff that just suddenly takes over at this time of year, are you ready for it? Are you really ready for it? Do you want it to be do you want it to be different? Do you want to actually tap into the joy of Christmas rather than the stress of it all? I'm really glad you're here because that is exactly what this series is about. Hi, I'm Christina Kidson. I'm the psychologist coach, and my job is to help ultra busy, overstressed, overstrained folks just like you and me deal with the stress of whatever it is that we're facing. And right now, that's this chaotic Christmas season. So I'm really glad you're here. Please stay tuned and we are going to get right into it. Okay, so let's talk about turning Merry Stressmas into Merry Christmas. The first place to start is with your big idea. What does Christmas actually really truly mean to you? I mean, this is not just a for Christmas question. This is a for life question. What is it that really matters to you? Who is it that matters to you? Who is it who is important in your life? Who lights you up? Who gets you out of bed in the morning? Who you love? Who you serve? Yes? These are the people who you want to keep top of mind whenever you're dealing with the big picture stuff of life, and why you do what you do, and when you do what you do, and who you're doing it for. You really need to key into that. And when you can, that gives you the space to suddenly start seeing your life from a different perspective and the stress from a different perspective. And it helps you figure out where you can cut the stress so you can focus on who and what really matters to you. And that's why this idea is so crucial at crazy times of year like Christmas. Because if you lose sight of who you're really doing it all for, then you end up just going round and around in circles, ticking meaningless tasks off meaningless lists, instead of being able to just get yourself grounded and centered and focused on who and what really matters to you. So, for those of you who have picked up my Merry Stressmas planner, thank you very much. You'll be using this today. If you haven't picked up my planner, go to the link below this video and you can pick up this, okay? This is a free download you can just sign up for. Go to the landing page, enter in your details, and it will come straight to your inbox right now. And if you don't have it yet, I strongly suggest you pause this video right now and do that, because this tool will make a difference for how you manage the stress this Christmas, okay? Right, now I'm going to assume that you've just done that. Okay, so here we go. You want to start with the big picture, okay? Because when you can cut right down to what this whole Christmas schmozzle is all really truly about for you, you're giving yourself a solid foundation to build everything else on. It's like a map, right? Those of you who have the Stressmas planner, you're looking for this page, okay? This is page 5. What you need to do is figure out what are the core big ideas and the main people that you want to be focusing on this Christmas, okay? This is like your compass, your direction maker. It helps you hone in on what really matters and then leave the rest of it to the side, because yeah, this stuff might be important, but this stuff in the center, this is crucial, this is key, okay? So here's some questions that you can ask yourself. Who is important to you right now? Who are the main people in your life? Write them down. Maybe we're talking family, friends, God, clients, workmates, colleagues, fur kids. This time next Christmas, I'm going to have fur kids and I'm really looking forward to it. Just write down 5 people who are important to you. Okay? And then imagine that those people are with you right now. Maybe it's your birthday. And imagine that they are all sharing stuff, like they're toasting you for your birthday, and they are sharing things with each other about the things about you that make them smile, the things that they love about you, the things that they respect about you. What are the things that you would really, really want them to say? Write those down. Who do you want to be? What do you want to be known for? What do you want to stand for? These are the questions at the core of who you are and who matters to you and what matters to you. And when you can identify them, you use them to cut through all the noise and the stress and the chaos and the busyness, and you use them to guide every single decision you make about this crazy time of year. So, who's important to you? You? Your family, maybe? What concepts, what big ideas matter to you? Maybe it's looking after yourself. Maybe it's looking after your finances, making sure you don't have to pay the credit card company back too much in the new year. Maybe it's, being a sane mama in the midst of all the craziness, right? So if those are the things that are important to you, then when it comes time to consider Christmas lunch, it makes your menu planning a whole lot easier, because you can go, no, I'm prioritizing financial sensibility, I'm prioritizing me being sane, and I'm prioritizing not a lot of fuss. So, okay, that means that when it comes time to Christmas lunch, I can quite happily serve up cold meat and 3 types of salad, and that's enough. Because Christmas is about my family and me and us celebrating together, not about all the fancy food on the table. You know what I mean? So I want you to just stop and think what really matters to you, and therefore how you can use that to simplify your Christmas schedule. Let's take this conversation a step further and think about the traditions that we all have around this time of year. So what traditions do you have that you use at this time of year? And do they serve you? Or do you serve them? I mean, think back to when you were a kid, right? Maybe you had a big Christmas tree in the corner of your lounge room that was always full of pretty lights and tinsel, and all the ornaments had to be put on just so. Or maybe your Christmas tree was not an elegantly put together piece of art, but maybe it was covered with all the handmade decorations of your school and your siblings that you and your siblings made in preschool and primary school, and they would be brought home and your parents would make a huge fuss and they'd hang them all over the tree because you made them. And so the tree wouldn't necessarily be this wonderful work of art that would win prizes in Decorators magazine, but it spoke to you of home and belonging and family. Do you see how the values, the things that matter, how they change the way we can do something as simple as a Christmas tree? Yeah? So think about that. Think about how your values on what matters to you changes what you plan to do around this time of year. So maybe the Christmas tree grows up on the 1st of December without fail. Maybe it's already up. Do you pull out Christmas music? Do you have special food that you have only this time of year? What does it mean to you that food only comes out at this time of year? What gets associated with that? Is it stress or is it joy? And I'm just realizing I'm going to sound a bit like Marie Kondo as I'm doing this. But honestly, what traditions you use, you are meant to use them, okay? And they are meant to bring you joy, not stress. You are meant to use them. They are meant to serve you, not the other way around. So have a think about all your plans coming up over this month. What are the big things on the agenda? What are the big events on the agenda? What are the big jobs on the agenda? What of those actually really are key for your big picture ideas of what really matters to you and who really matters to you? Notice them, keep them. Maybe there's some bits and pieces in them that you can adjust, but we can talk about that later. But think about the big picture traditions and practices and habits that you have. And ask yourself, are they building you up? Are they building up the people who matter to you? Or are they a distraction? Something that you have to tick off the list simply because that's the way you've always done things, or people say you should do them. I want you to have the freedom this Christmas to choose for yourself what really matters to you, and to have the ability to choose that and to do it. Now, obviously, that means negotiating expectations and stuff in yourself. It is often going to involve negotiating with conflict with others, and we will talk about that in another video. But for now, I just want you to be thinking about that and being alert to that. When it comes to your list of Christmas jobs, what on that list really matters to you and really ties in to who matters to you? So let me pause for a second. Okay, so those of you who have the lead lead magnet from down below, the download, you're looking for this page, okay? So we've talked about the big idea up the top. Now we're talking about the lists. Now, obviously, we're now in December, but really, what month you do things in doesn't matter. It's just a case of, do they matter to you? Do you want to get them done? So have a look at that list if that's the one you've got, or this one if you've got the full planner. See? And I just want you to look at whichever list of jobs that you have. Maybe you've handwritten them out already. Go through that list. Write down the side of the page, right at the top of the page. Write in highlighter all over it. Who is it that matters to you? What do you want Christmas to be about? Do you want it to be about joy? Do you want it to be about family? Do you want it to be about rest? Do you want it to be about creativity? I've got to show you something. This is what Christmas means for me, okay? It's summed up in one beautiful package. This is a card that my youngest daughter drew for my husband and me just a couple of days ago. And it's beautiful and creative, and she did it out of love. And so in the middle, she's got this gorgeous kind of manger picture, but instead of Jesus at the bottom, it's us. And then on the back, she's written, Jesus and God loves you and me just the way we are. And Merry Christmas to you. I love my girls, love my husband, love my family. And Christmas for me has always been about that quiet space of family connection and contemplation, and connecting in with our church family as we celebrate Jesus' birth. So what does Christmas really mean for you? What on this list of jobs helps you do that? Put a circle around some of those and go, yeah, these are the non-negotiable things. Then I also want you to think about how your time splits up between them. Basically, 20% of those jobs brings 80% of the joy. And 80% of the stress comes from 20% of those jobs. So have a look at the list. Is it traveling that uses up a whole lot of your energy and time without a lot of joy coming from it? Is it the baking? Do you do lots of baking and do you hate it? And is that using up a lot of your energy and stressing you out? Is the Christmas, the Christmas presents, the expectations that, you should buy this person for this thing for this person and not that thing for that person, and you should do this and you shouldn't do that. And notice where all of those shoulds are coming from, okay? If you can identify those jobs that linked up with the shoulds, you're going to be able to process what are the things that are driving a lot of your stress around this time of year. And then we can start having a conversation about what to do about those, which will be happening next video. The next video will come up in 3 days, and in between now and then, I want you to be thinking about what your big picture ideas are, who you're doing all of this for, what makes it matter to you, and how you can show that in the jobs that you choose to do. And then figure out which ones you really want to keep. See if there's 2 you can give away. Either not do them at all or delegate them to someone else. All right, I'll see you next time.